Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
He has time. He's got him. Side touch is there. Leaping grab. Touchdown. Touchdown.
Perfection. Expect nothing else. Do you like to make yourself a hot cup of coffee to start your day? We have both whole bean and grounded. Also great for all you iced coffee if not a hot kind of person. Even make yourself a frappe to quench your thirst. The best tasting coffee with espresso. It's only $18.99 plus taxes for a 12-ounce bag. Buy 1 to 5 bags and shipping is only $7. If you spend over $100, shipping is absolutely free.
Good morning. Hope you all got your cup of Joe. It's always a good way to start the day. I know Rob and I have to have that cup of coffee in the morning or it might not be such a good day for some people. That's just the way we roll. Good morning, Yoli.
It just makes the show run better. Good morning, Yoli, Yoli, Yoli.
And then we've got the the non-coffee drinker on the bottom there.
The communist.
I ain't no damn commie.
He has other drinks. That's all.
All right. So he's got. Hasn't grown up to the good
morning, yo.
Excuse me, I don't want my heart to explode. Thank you.
Yes. Ken has a fair reason for that.
Speaking of hearts exploding, Packer fans, hearts might explode this weekend. And here's why.
We were probably going to have ourselves a Jordan Love. Of course, hearts are going to explode. Love is in the air again.
That's it. I mean, honestly,
all you need.
Look, you guys got a gift last week. The backup did okay. The game plan was good for the backup, so everything worked out there. Now you're playing a defense that is going to get to the quarterback, right? This Tennessee Titans team is going to get to the quarterback.
Maybe.
And it's maybe he might play this weekend. To me, that doesn't sound like he's 100%, right? That there's still, some
they're just not saying, bro. It's just LaFleur playing little mind games with everybody. Dun, dun, dun. He's trying to be Belichick. He's trying to be Belichick.
Yeah, no one's Belichick. I mean, that might probably
be Belichick. That's all.
But I mean, here's a question though, because they are going to get to the quarterback. That is a good front four. They've gotten to the quarterback in every game. Granted, the Bears are not the best example to use, and maybe not even the Jets actually. But they are a good front four. They're probably going to get to Love. They're going to make Love do some things that he probably normally wouldn't want to do in the as far as trying to having to escape, maybe taking hits, whatever. If he's 90%, do you still want him to go, or do you say, what, take the one more week and roll the backup out there and protect the season?
If he's 90% and with what Malik Willis had showed last week, I'm all for letting Malik Willis roll one more time, especially since it's against his former team. There you go, Joseph.
Cocaine, coffee, and a joint. Breakfast.
I mean, to me, it's like, MCL sprains are such a,
What's up, Joe? Good morning.
It's just one of those injuries. It's like I wouldn't want to risk my season with my quarterback on it. But I mean,
He looks
if
fine.
if he's 100%, you got to go. You got to go. But I mean, it's a situation where you could run you could let him rest another week, and you're going to be fine either way.
Nah, I think I'd rather have my number one out there handling business. He's got to get going. They got to get more gel. They got to get more time in. Let's go. He looks good. He's hopping on one. He's hopping on that bad leg. I mean, he's ready to go, man. He's just they're just being cautious. You know, it was a level 1 sprain. It's time to go.
I mean, now Josh Jacobs just needs to not fumble the ball, and you might be okay.
Yeah, if he doesn't fumble, right? Josh Jacobs is great right now. He's leading in yards rushing. I mean, the dude he's a workhorse, but the problem is he's fumbled already once in each game he's been in. We can't afford that.
Yeah, I'll let him break out a 60-yard run from the 20 to the 20, and then he can fumble. It doesn't make a difference.
Bro, he fumbles going in the end zone.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who cares if you can run between the 20s or even run into the red zone? But
I mean,
fumble the
at
ball
least
going into the end zone
first. Break the plane first.
I mean, it's great. Oh, I have 150 yards rushing, but I fumbled on the goal line when I was trying to score the touchdown. It negates the 150 yards rushing in my book.
I would say it negates it.
It doesn't.
Well, at least maybe not all of it, but
Bro,
it negates the yards that he gained on that drive. Like that drive,
they had 150 yards rushing in the first quarter. In the first quarter.
It's like this. I hand the ball off to Joe. I start at my 5-yard line. I just hand the ball to Joe.
Hey man, if you don't get your run game going this week, you guys got a problem.
Hold on, Rob. Jesus Christ. I hand the ball off to Joe. He gets me 90 yards of rushing, gets me down to the goal line and fumbles. That 90 yards of rushing, that drive, stat-wise, really now just means nothing. I mean, it means something in terms of he wore the defense down, maybe, stuff like that. But that 90-yard, that stat that Joe just got me 90 yards of rushing means nothing. Why? Because he fumbled it on the goal line. He gave the ball away. So I mean, it's like it's hard to say. Oh, he had this great game. He had all these yards, but he fumbled going in the end zone every time. You know what I mean? If Josh Jacobs can stop that, then that makes those numbers better. It's not that he fumbled, it's where he fumbled.
We got the dub. That's all that matters. We got the dub.
Oh, yeah, you got the dub. That's fine. But he just needs to fix that.
There you go, Sarah.
I know, right? Synergy. No, the Bears will be fine this week against the Colts. I mean,
Sarah,
no DeForest Buckner. They're 27th or 28th in the league against the run. This is a week where the Bears can hopefully start getting that O-line coming together a little bit better.
I was going to say, with how your O-line has been, even with them being 26 against the run, that ain't no cakewalk. And that's not even
Who said cakewalk, Ken? No one said cakewalk. I said they should be able to start to get it together. And really, it's the right guard is the focal point right now on that O-line. And Nate Davis, who had a couple decent plays, rewatching the film, if he can start, hopefully he's practicing, because he doesn't like to practice. I'm sorry, Nate Davis, you're not Allen Iverson. You need to actually practice. If they can start gelling it and getting together, I mean, the Texans are a real good defense. They did terrible. It could have been worse, but it wasn't. The Titans are a good defense. It wasn't terrible, but it should have been a lot better against them. It should be a lot better against the Colts. They have a favorable schedule right now for the next three or so games for the O-line to kind of get it together, shall we say, a little bit more. Because Eberflus already came out. No changes to the O-line. He's keeping the same starting five, which I like. I like that. Some teams are going to be – some fans are like, oh, my God, no, you got to get rid of Nate Davis. You got to get rid of – look, part of the problem the Bears have had, Green Bay doesn't know this because they don't have this problem, is it's a carousel of linemen as well. Like, I couldn't tell you when the last time we've had the same starting five 3 games in a row. 2 games in a row might be a stretch for this Bears
we
team.
haven't figured out our O-line yet either. Trust me. It's not 100%.
Oh, no, but I mean, but you guys are able to keep your O-line together, like consistency, give them consistency. It's the same starting five. You don't see many changes. We are a sea of change on the O-line. So I understand why Eberflus wants to keep them together. Also, look, you have to see if Nate Davis can do it. Or do you really need to go, hey, Foles, I know it costs us more to cut him than to keep him, but cut him. You know what I mean? Yep. Week 3 starts today. Who do we got tonight? I didn't even look at the game tonight.
It's New England and the Jets.
Oh, yes.
Aaron Rodgers, the most. What did they say about
the most annoying player in the league? He got
the
voted.
league. Aaron Rodgers, the most annoying.
Josh.
That's awesome. Come on, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
There's nothing like waking up in the morning and see you were liked by John Cryer. That's pretty cool. I like John Cryer. He was a good Lex Luthor.
Good morning, JB, you homer.
Yeah, these freaking homers out here. Jesus. Well, we got Joshua the homer. I mean, where's the other? We already have Yoli, who's a Packer homer, but she likes everyone. Sarah's obviously a Minnesota homer.
She's a
Where is Luca, the homer king?
Yeah, he's.
See here. I thought the homer king was you.
No, that's Bill. Actually, Bill is the homer god.
Hey, Joshua, I've been with you on just about every comment you had, but you just lost me right there. We don't disparage Aaron Rodgers around here, damn it.
Sure we do.
He's the enemy right now. When he retires a Packer, then he's back in our good graces.
He's not the enemy. He's just on a different side.
Yeah,
he's not in the division like Favre did, so he's not the enemy.
If I see Aaron Rodgers click this link, I'll like him. If he doesn't click that link, I'll be like, whatever, dude.
Do you offer that coffee with DMT?
DMT?
Oh shit!
That's what's in ayahuasca.
You had a Dobby?
Yeah. We had Ken on the round table last night, and holy shit, he was cracking jokes and everything.
Yeah. What's the late night show? Actually, not be serious. No. Hey, Dorn, we were talking about you yesterday, my friend.
It's a Dorn sighting. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, he came in from the woods. He must have caught breakfast.
Hey, I had a funny thought, guys. So, what if when Aaron Rodgers retires, he buys a piece of the Bears?
He shouldn't have to buy it. They should just gift it.
They should just give it to him. He fucking owned. Bro, he probably got his name somewhere signed in on the field somewhere.
No, but
I don't think it's yeah, it's not. Well, that's never going to happen because it's sole ownership.
They're going to change the Lambeau South. I mean, come on, man.
I don't think
we run it more. We win there more than you guys do. So what the fuck?
I don't think the Hallis family will sell any part of that team to anyone. Even if Ditka wanted to buy a piece, they wouldn't sell it to him.
That was awesome, Yoli. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, he looking at you, man. You're embarrassed. Jam.
Well, look here. I mean, you can already own the Packers.
For him.
I mean, you know what's great is, though, Joe, you know what's great about Packer fans? They talk about ownership. We can all own the Packers.
What's up, Mr. Matt?
It's easy. The Packers are the easiest
team in the world. If you have $300, you can own the Packers.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
$300, I can own the Packers. Good morning, Matt. I mean, we can all own the Packers.
For, what was it, like every 15 years or something like that is when we have the sale of it?
I'm telling
if you get 5 Packer fans in a room that have $300 each, you could call it an ownership meeting.
We could.
Pretty much.
We could, bro.
But you know what I
I
love
was
about
gonna
Mac
say,
sorry
Brothers?
I'm late, guys. I was at
You
the
know,
OMG.
you guys are just jealous talking about that shit. If your teams offered the same shit, you motherfuckers would have your name. It'd be
No.
great. I mean, shut
Actually,
the
you know
fuck
what?
up, all of you.
It's
All of
actually
you.
no. We like to make fun of you because you spent $300 on a piece of paper I can print off
Yeah,
my,
well,
my
it's
office.
called
next door.
supporting your
You
team,
wanna-
bro.
Sell you for $300
It's called
bucks.
supporting your team. You're never going to get me to feel bad
Packers
about
emblem
it.
on
I love it.
A little sticker. Have someone have a digital signature from someone who
That's
some
right, man.
official that you guys don't even
wanna
know who he
know
is.
The most
And-
hilarious
and
about
quality.
all of this.
I only
is
got
if you
myself
go-
to blame when we lose.
Now, what's the most hilarious about all this? If you go back and watch previous Ken and Ken's in the mornings, you'll hear Ken the Bear fan say, "If his team offered that, he would get one too."
That's
I
right.
mean, you know what it is? It's a cool. Here's the only thing I can say it's cool about and why I said that, Ken. It's a cool little man cavey thing to hang on your man cave. Like, look, I am
Yes.
a owner of the Packers. I have this
It
official thing,
endears you to your team that
Yep.
you love. That's what it does, bro.
But look, but in reality, Joe could have printed that off in his garage
Oh, geez.
and framed it.
Yeah, but it's not going to have all the markings and official seals. And
But you can get those made.
Uh,
I'm just saying. I mean, it's kind of cool though in a way.
Joe's
You know, it's
bald,
like
man. What are
you
talking
can't
about?
afford
Joe
real
get a haircut?
sportsmen, so you get that. I get it.
real
Joe,
sportsman.
you're just extra shiny today,
Wait,
Joe.
hold on.
Oh,
Since
because I shaved.
we afford real sportsman, here's a nice signed Jordan Love for you.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I
Wait,
got one too.
here's a case full of helmets.
Oh, I was gonna say I got a shit ton of them too, but I got mine all signed at training camp, so I don't have the Cola signature. Oh, you call it COA.
No, it's actually kind of cool.
Oh, I know. We're all just busting each other's balls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
we're all
it's
fucking homers, bro. All of us.
a
Fuck. What are you
Thursday
talking
morning, you know.
And I prefer to get the autographs at training camp myself.
about? You feel better about it, don't you, man?
Mhm.
I stood in line.
Oh, because
Yeah, 'cause at least I
Okay.
know. It's like at least I know for a fact that
Yes.
they signed it. You know,
Yes.
Oh,
like
You
I
don't
got
have to
that's why I
pictures.
would make
don't
sure
give shit to me
everything-
if I know I got it, bro.
Everything I get has a COA.
Yeah, and then what's awesome is when they're signing it at training camp, you get to bullshit with the player. I got to shake Aaron Rodgers' hand and bullshit with him for a little bit. Let me tell you, that shit was cool.
Mr.
Hey, Joe, Matt has a question for you. Oh, Joe, there you go.
Yeah, no, we talked about that already.
Yeah, we already talked about that.
He's calling you Mr. Clean. He's calling you Mr. Clean now.
Yeah.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
I know.
So, Rob, you missed it yesterday because you were on Ron. Well, last night was interesting. Let me talk about last night real quick. And I'm sorry, Woody, for yelling because poor Woody's here. So we're doing Hallis Hall live. All of a sudden, my wife, my daughter, and the grandbaby are at the door. I'm looking like, guys, I'm like, I'm here. Like, no, don't come in. Don't start talking to me. We're doing a podcast. Well, how do you say no to the most adorable baby on the planet? And he is. He walks in, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? And they're walking in, and I'm like, so I mute the mic. Guys, I'm live here. Well, he's got something to show you. We had to do it now. It's fine. So I pick him up. He's like, it's on the baby. It's on, so I pick him up. I'm like, okay, where's the woman? We have to look at his butt. They wrote on the diaper. They wrote on his diaper, birthday plus bears. And I'm like, okay, I can't read the bottom because it was. So my wife, that's how they live on the air. They go, we're going to Washington to go see the Bears Commanders game week 8.
There you go.
So, yeah, that's like I didn't expect to go to any Bears games this year. I'm going to Washington. I haven't been to a game in Washington, so one of the stadiums I haven't been to. But my God, the tickets she got! I'm 7 rows off the field in the end zone. Just a ridiculous how cheap tickets are.
They're trying to give tickets away, Washington.
I was gonna say, when your franchise has been dog shit for years and constantly mismanaged, they damn near got to hand them away like Carolina.
Well,
It's like,
I mean, no.
If you buy tickets for a Washington game, they give you 3 free beers and a hot dog with it.
No, I mean, no. Look at Then she explained it to me. The seats. Actually, the seats we got. And this is going to be
Luca.
the view.
Good morning, Luca.
That's the view. The seat. These 2 tickets cost me less than the 2 tickets in New Orleans last year. And last year I was in the 600 section, so up there. That's where we're sitting for week 8. I mean, so that's right there. She got lucky with SeatGeek.
Oh,
Maybe
no.
you'll be able to. Maybe you'll be able to dap Jaden Daniels up when he runs into the end zone.
Hey, we
No,
should have
but-
drafted you.
But you know what I am? You know what I am going to do, though, Joe? I've got 2 Bears minis up there that are unsigned. Yeah, they're coming with me with the Sharpie. And maybe I can get some because we're right there where the Bears come in and out. So
Maybe you
maybe I
can
can
get
get
Rome.
lucky. Rome or Caleb, yeah. Or I mean, any of the guys, to be honest. Torrey Taylor would be awesome, actually, if you think about it. The kid's a legend already.
Joshua said, "Can the
Josh,
Bears
don't
lose to the
shade.
Commanders? You will be upset."
You know what, Josh? I've been to enough games that I don't get upset.
You've seen his
And John
live
Dorn
plenty of times, bro. Don't worry about it.
I don't know why he picked me, but John Dorn said it's $99.99 for his autograph.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh,
don't
that's
you have to
okay.
accomplish something in life to have people want your autograph?
He's like the king of the trolls.
Hey,
bro.
hey, Joe, you
He's got his own
send that.
fan club.
He's got
Hey,
his
hey,
own
Joe,
fan club, bro.
You said, Joe, you'd send that helmet off to JSA to get the COA, and they'd be like, "Yeah, no one signs like this. That's a fake." When your
They'd be like,
2-year-old
"Is
do
this
it?
even English?"
Yeah, what is it? So that's gonna be. I mean, the Commanders aren't. It was funny because I say the Commanders aren't that good. They had a good game last week against the Giants, and actually, as I'm watching it on Reds, I'm like, "Wow, this is a really good game." And then it hit me.
Those
These are 2
facts,
really
man.
shitty teams. Of course, it's a good game.
I
The
wonder,
team gets good,
I
man. They
wonder-
raise the ticket prices. You can't afford to go. He's so right.
can you imagine Dorn's autograph? It'd be like scratched into a helmet with a deer antler.
Bro.
Yeah,
Bro, and
that'd be
then he
awesome.
pisses on it to market, bro. Shut up.
No, so I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I don't, I used to love to go to sporting events and concerts and that, I guess, a lot more years ago. And now it's like, when I realize how much money I spend on these events, I'm like, for what I spend, like, just think about it. Like, you get these guys, I don't get it. Oh, man, tickets are so expensive. Well, why stay home? Well, watch TV. Oh, I got a shitty TV. Okay. Dude, I got tickets to the game. Well, I spent $1,000. Dude, you could have bought an 80-inch TV.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, but you can't beat the atmosphere. I mean, bro,
Yeah.
I mean,
Dorn's got bobbleheads coming soon.
Absolutely. And they come with
the
a free
bobblehead, when you hit it, the same old Lions.
Yeah.
Same
Most
old
famous
Lions.
quote.
Fool's Gold Lions. Same
I
old
No,
I
you
was
need-
about
you
to
need a
say,
couple-
you hold the head
You need
down
a couple
for
of
second, it
things.
goes,
It's got to say
"Fool's
same old
Gold."
Lions, Fool's Gold Lions, loves or Caleb's a bust.
Caleb's a bust. No, all Bear quarterbacks are a bust.
Yeah, all Bear quarterbacks suck.
I mean, you're right though. You can't beat the atmosphere of going to a game.
No, that's
And I like you know what? Hockey games have the best atmosphere. I just love the atmosphere in an NHL game.
I would love to
they
go
have-
to a Raiders game in their new stadium, but I'm not paying $400 a piece for tickets, dude.
Yeah,
the thing.
Sorry.
I'd love to go to Allegiant too.
I paid $800 just to go to a playoff game, bro. I mean, that's
Well, that's
Yeah,
playoff.
dude, I'm talking about
I
like
know.
Raiders versus
Regular
Panthers.
season tickets are that much these days, bro. It's funny,
Imagine
like,
playoff
those-
tickets in the nosebleeds. They're $1,000 a piece. Like,
yeah.
Now here's a
I can't do
question:
it.
have you guys ever been to a stadium, whether it be baseball, hockey, football, whatever, where you went to the stadium and you felt let down by the atmosphere?
No, because I've only been to Lambeau Field.
Really? I've been to
Yep.
Soldier Field, Lambeau Field. Yeah, I mean,
I
I've
was
been
gonna
even
say,
in Milwaukee County. I mean, it's when they played
No.
there. That was my first game.
I used to go to a lot of Giants games at Candlestick, and that was fun. Candlestick was a good park.
I felt
Um,
let down by Dodger Stadium in
Mm,
a way because like the LA crowd, they get there, they're not there for the first inning and they're gone by the seventh. So for part of the game, it's kind of like a weird vibe. And then you go get a Dodger dog. Like, oh, I gotta get a Dodger dog. These things are famous, right? All the Dodger dog is a foot-long hot dog in a regular sized bun. That's a Dodger dog.
and it's
Like,
30
really?
bucks.
Yeah, I'm like, really? And then like you enter at the top of the stadium, so if you've got good seats that are down low, no, you've got to go down a million steps to get to your seats because you enter at the top of the ravine and then you have to climb down to the seating area. But like Dodger Stadium, I mean, Shea Ravine's kind of cool, but the atmosphere was a little different. Like I've been in a lot of stadiums. That's the only one.
You know what?
Anaheim was kind of
SBC
cool.
Park, SBC Park in San Francisco, the Giants. It's not a new park, but
Yeah,
newer
I haven't
park.
been to that one yet.
I was kind of disappointed with that one. Like the park is nice and the game was good, but the concession prices are just ridiculous, dude.
Broski.
You know, it was funny is
Broski, good morning.
Miller Park had good concessions. You know, Wrigley Field North, it had some good concessions when I went to a couple games there. But yeah, for football games,
I would pay the prices at Wrigley Field though, because Wrigley Field is such an iconic stadium. Like, you know, I wouldn't feel bad about paying $20 for a hot dog there.
we
But
just went to Wrigley. It's not that bad. The prices at Wrigley weren't that bad. We just went there opening weekend. I was there for the Cubs Dodgers. You know, it's funny. I've been to Wrigley. I've been to Yankee. I've been to Fenway. I've been to Dodger. They're all fun. In fact, when I went to Yankee, it was a hoop because they were playing the Red Sox, and the series before, the last series they had played in Game 3 of that series was a massive brawl. So for this game, they were expecting trouble. So NYPD was in the aisle of every row in the stadium to make sure there were no fights. And it was a fun game. It was a good game. Yankee Stadium was cool. We did the whole tour and the whole thing. It was actually a pretty cool stadium. Fenway, you just got to go to. It's Fenway. For football, I understand why Carolina wants a new stadium. It's not bad, but it's kind of Bank of America Field, or whatever they're calling it. I think it's Bank of America Field. It's kind of a weird atmosphere. It's a deceptive stadium, though. You walk in, when you walk in the field, you know, like at Concourse, you're like, oh, this is a small stadium. And then you got to walk up because our seats, the first time I went there, were up high. It's like, then you realize, oh, no, this is a pretty big stadium. But that one, I can understand why they want a new one. It's not bad. It's just got a weird. It's just, I don't know. It's just the way it sits. It's just kind of weird. But that was probably the weirdest of the NFL stadiums I've been to for an NFL game. Miami was actually kind of cool when they're, you know, at their. Now it's
A-Dub's going to this weekend's game. He's going to Tennessee.
Tennessee is is not a bad stadium. I've been there. I can't remember what the name of it was when I was there. They've changed the name like several times.
hey,
It was Adelphia at the time. That was kind of cool. Someone mentioned, where was it? Yeah, Lucas Oil's kind of cool.
You see what
Oh,
Lucas
I see that.
oh my God. Hey, Dorn, it was actually a cigar. Like Crosby doesn't smoke weed because he's in recovery.
NFL.
Well, he's in recovery. He's, you know,
I
he
was going to
doesn't
say the NFL doesn't test for marijuana anymore.
Yeah, but he doesn't smoke it. I could almost guarantee it. And Josh, if you're really that confident, go put some money on the Panthers, bud.
You'll put
How
some
about
money on the
how about
Bible.
some Bryce Young prop bets? You know, how many touchdowns is he going to throw?
Yeah. The
So
Raiders
actually, interesting with
stopping
that
them.
with him, he wants to trade. Like,
But I want to know, Rob, is this true? You have to eat them in the bathroom? Like, what's going on here?
Bro, that's Luca's wet dream.
Hey, then come on, give it
It's
to him. That
Luca's
was a
wet
pretty
dream
good
right
one,
there,
though.
bro.
That was a
Don't
good
even-
one, dude.
Don't even start, Luca.
He got you.
Fucking
That was a good
cock.
one.
I don't know if I want to go to U.S. Bank. Speaking of Luca, that's just a weird looking. I mean, I don't know. U.S. Bank, it looks like it might be a cool stadium to go to.
Yeah, I
The
guess
new
so.
stadiums are nice. You got to give them credit; they are nice. But I kind of like the old stadiums too. Like, I would actually want to go to Arrowhead just because it's an old school stadium or older school stadium.
Yeah, I want to go to the Meadowlands and then whatever the hell they're calling Buffalo's Orchard Park now.
Orphan Park.
Jacksonville, they need a new stadium. Actually, that was probably the weirdest atmosphere because half the stadium had tarps over it
Yeah, I remember when they used to have to tarp it.
because they couldn't sell tickets, so they would sell advertising space so they could count them as tickets to maybe get on TV. So that was kind of weird. When you walk in, and you
Yeah.
see like a whole upper tier section is just a big tarp with like Geico on it. It's like, really? Like, like I used to go to Amway in Orlando to go see the ECHL hockey team there, the Solar Bears. It's Amway, it's an NBA stadium. This is a minor league hockey team. Of course, they're not putting 35,000 in or whatever. So they would have it all blocked off and tarped and stuff. Like, okay, that made sense to me. For the minor league hockey in a major, arena like that. But to go to an NFL game and see that was just kind of weird.
The Raiders, for a while in the 2010s, the Raiders tarped off Mount Davis, and it sucked because Mount Davis was like the best place to sit. Like, up there it was like some of the rowdier fans, and you would just smell weed everywhere, dude. Everybody would be blowing purple, dude. Like, it was
That's fucking awesome.
Hey, Josh, that's the best part of Bank of America Field, though. That is true, though. When you walk into the stadium at the Panthers, they have these big, huge statues of these Black Panthers, and they have like gold teeth. I mean, it's pretty cool looking. Yeah, I agree with that. The Big Panther in the front of the stadium is pretty damn cool. But when you go inside the stadium, it's kind of it's okay.
I wouldn't mind going to a game at the Baltimore Ravens stadium. I just don't want to have to go to Baltimore to do it.
There you go.
I want to go to Camden Yards. Speaking of Baltimore, I've always wanted to go to Camden Yards. I haven't been to Camden Yards yet. I think it's Camden Yards was kind of like a mix of the old school ballpark and the new school ballpark, and that's what made it appealing. But I haven't been to Camden. I want to go to Camden. Yeah, I've been to a lot of states. Well, last year was my first trip to the Dome, the Superdome, and it was actually really cool. The Superdome was pretty cool, and I guess I should prepare myself in Washington. I'm sure they've done the same. Everyone's cashless now, so you walk in, you grab your drink from the cooler, you grab your pizza from the heat lamp, you go, you scan, swipe, and walk out. So I mean, but that was a cool stadium. An old dent iron. Yeah, the inside of that stadium is like the outside is kind of cool though. Yeah, I forgot about that, Josh. It is pretty cool. That is the best part about that stadium. Baltimore was fun, and the stadium was full of purple. So were you at a Prince concert?
They play Purple Rain every time they score a touchdown.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been to a lot of all kinds of stadiums. Actually,
I wouldn't mind checking out a game at Levi Stadium. I just hate the Niners, so I would have to wait for the Raiders to be playing them there.
Yeah.
But their tickets are expensive too. My mom's a Niner fan, and her boyfriend went to a Niner game there, and they said it was pretty expensive.
Seattle would be an interesting place to go.
Yeah, Seattle would be a cool one too.
That's one of those I'd go to the stadium if it wasn't for the city it was in.
That's like Dallas. Like, I don't know if I want to go to a Cowboys game, but I kind of want to go see something at that stadium. It is a pretty impressive stadium. Jerry did build something nice.
I mean, you could wait till the playoffs and go to Dallas and watch a Packers home game.
Well, first Dallas has to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, this year it might be good.
Yeah, that people. That's
Cleveland is low key a shitty. Cleveland is low key a shithole. I've driven through it before.
Yeah, well, but then think about that. You can go hit the Hall of Fame, both of them, rock and roll and football. So there's some things you can do in Cleveland. That's actually not a bad idea.
Maybe you were in the nice part of Cleveland, because when I drove through it, I saw a whole bunch that looked like a demilitarized zone.
Dude, that's actually, I haven't been to the new stadium in Atlanta. I kind of want to. That's kind of Mercedes-Benz stadium there. I mean, that looks pretty cool. I'd go there for MLS game or an NFL game. I think the atmosphere would be pretty freaking.
I like the Bucks. I like the Bucks stadium.
Oh, Raymond James. Yeah.
Oh no,
with the big pirate ship and everything.
Yeah,
I think
it's
cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say those cannons would get too annoying. I couldn't do it. Every time the Bucks make a half a play, we got a first down. Let's shoot off the cannon.
No, they only shoot off the cannons on scores.
Yeah.
So,
there's no point in shooting off cannons. You suck.
Well, they beat the Lions last week, so
The Bucks don't suck though. Like
yeah, they don't suck.
No, they're pretty good this year,
Yeah.
so far anyway. They
Yeah.
got a lot of old guys. They got a lot of old guys on that team. A lot of old guys
Yeah, but the old guys are getting it done.
right now. But that's the thing about this sport. It's a lot. It's a grind. We're only 2 weeks in, bro.
You know what? But the old guys they've got have proven time and time again they can do the grind.
They almost lost it this week. They played the Lions tough. It was
Yeah.
down the wire.
But also the Bucks have like five young defensive players that are hurt right now. So when the young guys come back, they should be all right.
Isn't it funny? Yeah, that team needs a youth movement. All the young guys are hurt. The old guys are healthy and playing. You know, it's like it is kind of funny how that works sometimes. Yeah, Baker Mayfield. Look, he found the right place to be. Baker, that situation was great for both of them, for Baker and for the team. They you go from Tom Brady, and you're like, okay, now what am I going to do? And it's not. They can't find it, and all of a sudden Baker just appears, and Baker, was the right guy because luckily for Baker, someone else had already screwed up after, right? The GOAT left. So that pressure was gone. He doesn't have to be the GOAT. He just has to be Baker. So I mean, it was a perfect situation for both player and team. They're going to be good. They're going to make a playoff push.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know how the wild card's going to look this
They're
year.
gonna win their division probably.
Oh, I don't know. New Orleans is.
Yeah, I was going to say New Orleans is freaking rolling.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to win the
Orleans.
division when New Orleans is scoring damn near 50 points a game.
Didn't they have like an NFL record? Because like their last game of the season, they scored 46 last year. I mean, did they have like the most 40-plus point consecutive games now in the league?
Am I the only one who saw Derek Carr when they scored that touchdown and he grabbed his nuts like Michael Jackson?
Yes.
I've seen the video of it afterwards. I mean, I've seen the. Yeah, I mean, they made a big deal about it.
Derek Carr in Oakland? That's what I want to know. He never once grabbed his nuts in Oakland. Like, come on, dude. Like,
because when they got rid of
Brady
Gruden,
grabbed him, he was going to get stabbed. Shit.
all of a sudden, Derek Carr's got an edge to him, huh?
oh
All right.
geez, look at Luka coming out
Look at
swinging.
Luka selling
Saints
those
will be
days.
3-3 or 2-4 after week 6. What the hell? Who are they playing? They think they're going to go. Let me look up their schedule. That's just, gee,
Luka's crazy. He's
that's
just a
crazy
hater.
talk, Luka.
Luka's hating. That's a hater say. That's a hater speech right there.
Think he's still upset from when they beat him. Couple
Yeah,
of times.
he is. He fucking hates the Saints, man. He hates them. He's got lots of shit.
All right, let's.
I was talking to Nick last night.
Well,
and
okay. Here's the next couple Saints games. Actually, they got. Okay, he might not be too far off. So they got the Eagles this week at home. Then they go to Atlanta. Then they go to KC. Then they got Tampa at home. That's their next. What I said. That's their next 4 games. That's their next 4 games. So I mean,
all right.
yeah.
Luka, that's
So I mean,
legit.
then they get a reprieve. They get the Broncos. Then
If they come out of these first 6 games 5-1 or 6-0, shit, they are legit.
yeah.
yeah, but I don't think they. I mean,
I could
I
see
think 3-3,
Yes,
3-3 would mean.
he is playing Sunday. I already said it, man. I said it right from the beginning. He's playing Sunday.
I don't think they're going to go 1-3 over the next 4, though. I think maybe 2-2.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's tough.
It's definitely not a favorable schedule. It's tough.
No, I think Sean Payton just outcoached the Vikings that game.
Yeah,
That's not hard to do.
Luka's still not accepting that victory. Still not accepting it.
Well, speaking
Like
of
Dez,
slides,
man, he still hasn't accepted that
speaking of
wasn't a
projected
catch.
slides, I was talking to Nick last night, and he believes that the Vikings are about to go on a 3 or a 4 game slide.
Yeah,
He
I mean,
believes that Sam Darnold is going to come back down to earth with Jefferson being out, and
Jefferson's
that
not
they're
out,
going to
though.
lose the next few games. Yeah, Jefferson's hurt.
Yeah, he's not going to miss no time. He's going to be there. Ask Luka. Luka, Jefferson missing this week? Watch. He's not, bro. He's not.
All right, the Vikings next 4. Okay, they get the Texans. That's this week. That's gonna be a hard game.
Yep.
Then they got the Packers. That'll be an easy game.
Well, yeah, an easy loss.
Yeah, easy loss.
I was waiting to see how long it was going to take to get a reaction on that one. Then they get the Jets, and then they get a bye week in week 6. They get their bye week early.
Yeah. Tyler be talking some
tough.
shit. Go,
they
Tyler.
That's a tough 3-game stretch right there. Not the
Hey,
easiest
Luca's realistic about it, though. He said it could happen. Texans, Packers, and Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Tyler said, "Hey, Ken, been a while. Been busy working, but Caleb not looking so hot. Although I will give it to you, your line
Caleb
is terrible."
looked better. He did look better in week 2 than he did in week 1. Stat line showed that. The old line looked just as shitty. I'm not worried about Caleb. Honestly, I'm not worried about Caleb. I'm more worried about that line keeping him alive.
When do
You're
you
not worried about him getting beat down?
What game?
Well,
how many
that's
more
what I'm
games?
worried
What
about.
game do you think it is that Caleb throws his first touchdown?
3 more.
Three more games? Holy shit, bro.
He'll get it this week. He should already had it.
Bro, you guys, if you don't get
In
your
each of
run
the first game, he's had a drop in the end zone. Well, I don't know. Well, Keenan Allen was a drop. The Rome Odunze wasn't necessarily a drop, but that's a play that Rome makes probably more times than he misses. He just happened to miss on that one. But yeah, I think he'll get one.
See, Jefferson is playing. I'm telling you, man. I already read up on it too. He's fine, man. He was already in practice.
He's not 100%, man.
Yeah, but he's
I was
going
to say, even at 90%, I'd still take Jefferson.
Yeah, he's gonna play, bro. He's gonna play. I'm telling you.
Well, they're going to need him against the Texans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, facts. They need Addison, and he's the guy that's questionable. That's the guy you need, and I mean, you're gonna need all hands for the Texans.
Colts will beat the Bears 1-3 for y'all.
Oh shit, Josh, you be throwing some shade.
Man, if they lose to the Colts,
it's going to keep them in it, man. It's going to keep them in it. That's all you can ask for, even if Caleb's not playing 100%. He had a shot last week. He had a shot to actually, at the end, he had the final ball. He had a drive. He could have accidentally hit one.
Packers actually got a pretty decent schedule because it's Tennessee this week. Then they get
Tyler. I said the same thing. He's coming, bro.
Then they get the Queens. Then they get the Rams. Well, the Rams by that time, Puka might be back. So they might get some guys back. So the Rams might have some guys back by the time they get to Green Bay, but they still have a long injury list.
Well, why didn't they IR Cup? They must think he's coming back shorter than 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the Rams might have some people back. Then you guys get the Cardinals, which could be a pretty decent game. Then you guys finally get the Texans.
Yeah, that's what I think, Luca, about Addison. I think they're going to rest him one more week.
So,
but you would like to have him, though. I guarantee you, you'd like to have him because you guys are still missing your.
Broski's calling him out.
Yeah, he is. Broski, Broski's saying, put the money up, man.
Josh has made a couple of controversial picks already. He said that the Panthers are going to get their first win against the Raiders.
Yeah, he has. But I think he was throwing shade at you, Joe. I don't know.
I don't think he really believes that in his heart.
Yeah,
though.
I don't think he really believes that one. Take the over with the Vikings and Texans.
Yeah, is anybody here picking the Panthers over the Raiders?
No.
I will.
In Vegas.
Wait, how did the Raiders get the Raiders got an early bye week, so no.
And it's early. It's in Vegas too. So.
See, you have to start with Panthers though. Because everyone's looking at them like the Panthers are going to win a game because every time you play them, it's a trap game. Trap game against the Panthers. No one thinks they're any good. Their quarterback wants out. It's a trap game. That's one of those those games that someone's going to go in looking past them and get beat.
That's an interesting call. He said take the over with the Vikings and Texans, that it's going to be a shootout. I could see it going the other way because they both have pretty good defenses too. I could see it being a low-scoring game despite all the firepower.
I want Love back, Tyler. I agree with you, but I want Love back.
No, Jacobs is great. He gets a lot of yards and then fumbles on the goal line. I mean, that's what you want in running back.
Josh said he's taking the points with the Panthers. We win but don't cover. What's the spread? I don't know what the
Oh,
spread is.
I wonder what the spread is. Yeah, that's a good. He's got a
It's got to
point.
be.
If the
It's got to
spread's
be
gonna
7 at least.
No,
It's got to be.
at least
no,
seven, maybe
it-
9.
it's actually pretty low. I think it was something like 4 or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you
Yeah.
getting no love for the Raiders. No love.
Well, because our offense hasn't really shown to be that strong, so I think they've, that's
and
reasonable.
they got the red rifle starting. Oh my Lanta, or is the beige pistol is
Hey,
what?
well, actually,
Palmer or
Andy
whatever
Andy Dalton in his career is 4-0 against the Raiders. So
Really?
yeah,
Oh, he knows how to beat the Raiders. Holy shit!
5 points is the spread. See, I don't know. I
5
think the
points?
Raiders cover. I think the Raiders cover, but
Yeah, that's a touchdown. You guys got that. Cover
Andy
that one.
Dalton's never played us with a defense as good as we have now.
Yeah.
Like, he played us when we had offense and no defense.
You guys kind of suspect against the run though, Joe. What's
Well,
up with that?
Here's the question though: do the Panthers make a trade and trade off their young first overall pick quarterback?
5.5.
I mean, at this point,
Beige
I would.
water pistol. That's what he calls them. I knew it was something, bro.
So where's he
At this
go?
point, I would. I mean, you got your first round pick back this year. Like, I would trade him at the deadline. To be honest with you, I'd trade him, get whatever you can for him, and then just tank the rest of the season, get the number 1 pick, and go start over again.
I don't think they have to worry about tanking the season at this point, Joe. They're already doing a pretty good job.
Well, by trading him, well, actually, I don't know. It might be addition by subtraction.
So who do you
So-
think would be a landing spot?
I mean, Miami, if Tua decides to retire, like, they could maybe take a chance on him, especially if he's cheap at the trade deadline, Like I said, I believe he would do better in Miami than he would in Carolina. I'm not saying
Why-
he would end
why
up being
not?
good.
Why not do it now if you're Miami? You got Tua out for 4 weeks. Trade for him now. He doesn't play this week. Obviously it's late in the week. Next week, he plays the next 3 games while Tua is out if he doesn't retire. And then he's a good insurance policy if Tua were to retire or get hurt. You've got a good insurance policy. He's happy because he's out of Carolina, but he's a backup. But
I
he's
think
a
it
backup to a
considered
guy who
cost
might
more
not be
right now.
around for more than 10 minutes.
I think it would cost more right now. I think at the trade deadline, like, prices go down at the trade deadline, So,
Well, what do you think they'll get for him?
I mean, right now, if prices are high, maybe a 4th. Like, I mean, I'm talking about what I would personally give up for him, maybe a 4th. But at the trade deadline, you might be able to get him for a 5th or a 6th. Like, it's obvious nobody's going to give up a 2nd or a 3rd, a 2nd or a 1st round pick for him. Like, maybe some desperate team or some team who doesn't know how to negotiate will give you a 3rd.
Lucas, there's no way Dion allows his son to play for the Panthers. Hashtag another Manning situation.
Mhm.
But I think a lot of kids think Shakir's going to be a bust. But that kid will be a huge bust when he gets to the league.
I don't think he's going to go number 1 overall anyway, so I don't think they have to worry about it.
Yeah. Is he even the best
Like-
quarterback in college football? Probably not.
I'm sorry.
No,
Joe.
I mean,
Disagree.
I could see. I know it's Arch's first year, but like, he's already been sitting on the bench for a year. Like, I don't know. Or
Did Arch
is it
come
2
out
years?
this year, you think?
I don't know if he can legally. You have to be
He
21.
can.
No,
If he
no,
can,
3 years removed from high school. That's it. It's not an age. It's how many years removed from high school.
okay. So, I don't know if he's 3 years removed or not, but if he is, I mean, this would be the year to come out. Even though, like, he could probably use the seasoning in college. Like, he could probably use another year in college to really sharpen his game. But if you come out this year, you're the number 1 overall pick for sure.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying. If you're Arch Manning, you're going to go number 1. You're going to go number 1. You're going to get paid. I mean, and because of your name,
Just
even if
because
you
of his
suck the
name?
first year or 2, you're going to be. You're kind of going to get a free pass almost.
yeah.
But I think this is his
But-
3rd year, isn't it?
But it's also risky because if he doesn't take that extra year of seasoning in college and he comes out in the NFL and he sucks, like, that's not going to be good,
You're right, broski.
Oh, I don't think he
So-
can come out this year.
Yeah, I think he has one more year.
One more year. Yeah.
I think he has to play this year, and I think he has to play next year. Because I think he sat behind Ewers only last year.
Yeah, he's only 19, so
Yeah, he's got a while.
one more year.
So either way, there's
Yeah,
other
you know.
quarterbacks though.
Because the first round pick goes to the worst team, bro. That's just how it is. Nobody wants to see their son playing on the worst team in the league. It's just facts. Nobody wants to see that.
Well, and they don't want to see their kid go to Green Bay either because it's it's not
Shut
good-
up.
it's no. It's not a knock on the team. It's like who wants to live in Green Bay? It's not like a sprawling metropolis of
I was
you know
gonna
what
say
I'm
a,
saying?
a lot of guys prefer that small town feel.
Some guys do.
You don't
Some
have
guys do,
paparazzi.
but a lot of
you don't
guys,
have-
a lot of young guys don't want to be in a small town where their prospects are, the cow in the field. You know what I mean?
See, I agree that nobody wants their, if you go number 1 overall, you're guaranteed going to the shittiest team. But like, look at Joe Burrow, for example, right? When he went to Cincinnati, they sucked bad, right? And they turned that thing around, dude. Like, so, if you're good enough, like,
Well, it takes a competent GM to fucking finish the deal. You could get a good guy. You got to have someone else to build it. You know what I'm saying?
that's true. That's true.
Right. I mean, that's the
And
whole half of it.
Cincinnati also did a smart thing and went out and got Chase for him right away.
Yeah. They got him a partner. They got, what does a quarterback need? A great wide receiver. I mean,
and they built him a defense.
You got to have an offensive line to protect this stuff too.
Damn, broski.
That's actually been their problem though, is that the Cincinnati offensive line has not been terribly great. They've been getting Burrow hurt.
Broski, I have actually heard that Thielen has demanded a trade.
No,
I don't know how true it
I'm not
is, but
talking
I've
about
heard it.
Thielen. I'm talking
He's
what he
talking
said
about
about Bryce.
the
Like,
Bryce
tell us how
thing.
you
Yeah,
really
he's saying
feel
it's
about
bust.
Bryce Young, broski.
He said he's
Jeez.
not even an NFL
He's a
caliber
prissy
backup.
little child. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Broski, I love you, Broski. You keep it real, bro. I love it.
Damn.
That's
He said
fucking
he's not
awesome.
even a backup caliber quarterback.
Yeah, Charlotte FC is actually pretty decent this
He's
year.
in
broski.
Charlotte. Oh, he's right there.
Yeah.
See, I don't think we're getting a fair assessment of Bryce Young though, because the Panthers, they're really bad, dude.
Yeah.
They gave up a lot, all their talent, and they're playing with the dregs, dude, like the bottom of the barrel. Like, I don't think it's really fair to say that. I mean, you could call Bryce a bust, and I don't have a problem with it, but at the same time, like, somebody said that he was worse than Jamarcus Russell, and I'm like,
That's pushing it a little bit.
I mean, if he goes to Miami and resurges them or someplace like that,
actually, if we're being objective, his numbers might actually be worse than Jamarcus Russell's. But the point is, his team is worse than the team that Jamarcus Russell went
Bryce
to. Also,
is an equal health.
So
I don't
does
know.
We gotta have Bryce Young and Kyler Murray duke it out for the label of Keebler-Elf.
Dude, if Bryce was to go to Miami right now, I guarantee you he would do better than he's doing in Carolina.
fucking bro.
Well, yeah, anyone on this panel could look like a competent quarterback in Miami.
But that's what I'm saying is like, so is he really that bad, or is it that the Panthers are really that bad? Like,
To answer your
I
question,
think it's a
Josh,
combination.
Yeah,
The
the
Ravens
Ravens
need to
cannot
win
go
more
0-3.
than the
They
Cowboys.
cannot go 0-3. The Ravens
can't
Yeah,
don't.
go
the Ravens need that one.
Yep.
They have way too much talent to go 0-3.
And Dallas already has a win, so I think Dallas is gonna. I don't know. That's gonna. They both need a win, so they're gonna be fighting for it. Brosi said he thinks he's worse than DeMarcus.
ticket. A $24 nosebleed ticket in Carolina gets you a discount on your city taxes. Talk about begging for attendance. Damn.
It's like when you walk into the stadium, the front of that stadium is cool, but when you go inside, it's kind of weird. I've been to two Bears games there. One was up kind of in the nosebleeds, the other was down low in the end zone, and it was kind of like just a weird atmosphere. I mean,
I
look,
think that's called a jackalope.
it's a cool city. I had some really good barbecue there. It was a cool city. It was a cool city, but yeah, Charlotte just doesn't support the Panthers well. Cool town, but yeah. Oh, geez. keep
Yeah.
Jerry might freak out if they lose twice at home. Oh, for sure, bro. Especially when they was like 14 in a row.
The
And we're
Cowboys,
the regular
are the
season
Notre
got
Dame.
shattered already.
They're the Notre Dame of the NFL. They're the team that every year is supposed to be really, really good and then sucks.
Jerry's gonna stroke out, bro. Watch.
Dude, yeah, if they lose again, Jerry's gonna
He's gonna
shit.
stroke out.
Especially because he just gave Dak that huge extension, and it's like
He paid his top two guys, bro, and then he's still got to pay Mike.
I tried to tell him. Tried to tell him
48 cents.
should have got rid of Dak when you had the chance, dude.
48 cents. Jesus, JB.
Oh, good. OKC would be an interesting place for the Panthers to go if they were going to move.
Oklahoma
Best
City
steak ever had was in OKC. You got this place here called Cattleman's. You'll get a T-bone as big as the plate. Like, well,
we don't want another fucking football team.
You would get a T-bone the size of a plate for like under $30, and it was the best T-bone you ever had. I mean, they got some steak in OKC. St. Louis, St. Louis will never get another NFL franchise. They've had two and they've lost them both. Here's the problem. I lived in St. Louis for a bit. Here's the problem. This time, like you get this time of year,
Antonio?
And you get like the Cardinals have a game. Let's say the Cardinals, the Blues, and the football team all have a home game. The pecking order goes Cardinals, Blues, and football team. I mean, even the 2000 season, and I was living in St. Louis for the 2000 Greatest Show on Turf. Dude, for the first 4 home games, no one gave a crap about the Rams. Like, they couldn't give tickets away. And all of a sudden, they figured out, oh, we're good. All of a sudden, people in St. Louis were Rams fans. But the attendance dropped off very quickly in subsequent years after that Super Bowl. They just can't support 3 professional franchises in St. Louis because if the Cardinals are playing, forget it. They're the team that's going to fill first. I don't care how bad the Cardinals are; they will fill push. After that, it's the Blues, and if the Blues are halfway decent, and they have been halfway decent, heck, they finally won a Stanley Cup a couple years ago. So they're unlike Minnesota. They actually have a trophy in the case now. They will fill up, and then whatever football team, football just, and the dome is not a bad dome. It's actually a pretty decent stadium. But St. Louis, I don't think they'll ever get an NFL franchise. I think, Louisville kind of.
And part of the reason for that is because they won't spend public money on an NFL stadium. And the NFL, like, if we've learned one thing by now, it's the NFL is going to go where the subsidy is, dude.
Well,
they're going to find a city that's going to pay for the stadium.
The Edwards Jones Dome's actually. I don't know if it's been renamed, but it's actually a good
that's
stadium.
why Cranky took the Rams out of St. Louis is because he wanted to build a new stadium and they weren't willing to play ball with him, so he ended up financing his own stadium and built Sophie.
I don't even know where they were going to put it, to be honest. It wouldn't be in the city because there's nowhere in downtown St. Louis they could put it without tearing down their current stadium. I don't know. They'd have to go out in the St. Louis County, which is different from St. Louis City. They'd have to go out in the county, and there's bad blood between the county and the city. Like, it's St. Louis is a weird area, but it's just that they can't support it. Like, they just got their soccer club, St. Louis FC's now in the MLS, right? But yeah, they just really can't.
Later, Josh.
They really can't. Yeah. I don't
hey,
think
enjoy that win, Josh.
I don't think
the Raiders are going to smash on the Panthers.
I don't think they'll ever get another NFL franchise, but you got.
I hope you lose lots of money.
Like Louisville wants one. They want one. OKC wants one. San Antonio wants one.
Josh, bet your kids' college funds on it.
Alabama is trying to get an NFL franchise. Anywhere they can put it in the state.
And on that terrible take of all the teams that are looking for NFL franchises, we want to thank you all for joining us. Like always, thanks for watching. Especially thanks for commenting. Have yourselves a wonderful day.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Packers suck!
Total Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more. Shield TV, Lions Villain Report, and Red Zone Rant.